What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our outlooks for the 2025 MLB season. Today we got a good one. It's my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, and man, it's a frustrating team to be a fan of. Back-to-back 76 and 86 finishes for the Pirates. Here's some free agents that they lost and gained. Yasmani Grandal, still a free agent. Aroldis Chapman's left for the Red Sox. Jalen Beeks goes to the Astros. Connor Joe to the Padres. Andrew McCutchen gets his yearly one-year deal to come back to Pittsburgh. Michael A. Taylor, who I had higher expectations for last year, goes to the White Sox on a very cheap deal. Marco Gonzalez still out there. Ryan Borucki, I like him, comes back on a minor league deal. Rowdy Tellez, minor league deal. And Brian De La Cruz, who was a failed acquisition at the trade deadline. It did not work out at all. He goes to the Braves. I want to take a quick look at the top prospects here while we're up here so we don't have to do it later. Bubba Chandler, Tamar Johnson, Connor Griffin, Mike Burrows, Braxton Ashcraft, Thomas Harrington, Nick York, who will more than likely be in the major leagues to start the year, Hunter Barco, and Jack Brannigan. This is Fangraph's top 10, and I like it, but the Pirates minor league system is just pitching. That's basically all it is. The only bats I'm really excited for are Tamar Johnson and Connor Griffin. I don't want to count Nick York because we've already seen him at the major league level just a tad. Tamar Johnson, they drafted a couple years ago. They say ETA 2027, probably 2026. Bubba Chandler will also be this year, not 2026. Connor Griffin as well, I think he'll be up higher because he looked amazing in spring training. They would just draft him as the best high school bat in the MLB draft this past season, but I'm really high on him. But let's get into this lineup. So getting into the Pirates lineup, it goes a bit like this. Tommy Pham, Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz, Andrew McCutchen, Joey Bart, DJ Stewart, who will not be starting first base on opening day. They just have him as projection because the guy they traded for to play first base, Spencer Horwitz, is having wrist issues and won't be back at least till the second or third week probably of the regular season. Nick Gonzalez, Ke'Bryan Hayes, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. It is a lineup full of question marks. Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz, and Andrew McCutchen, even though he's projected the 0.0 WAR, but he's still projected a 700-plus OPS yet again. These are mainly the three guys you know of that will be decent. Tommy Pham was the big outfield bat everyone wanted, and they picked him over other guys, and because it's the Pirates, of course. And he is projected a 0.4 WAR, a 697 OPS. The question with him, can he provide a little bit of pop? Can he hit them 10 home runs? That's a lot of the fans are asking for, just double-digit home runs. Joey Bart, the question mark with him, this is what I think. He was really solid last year. Last year was a career year for him. It was a coming-out party, but it was a little bit too late. Age 28, he failed with the San Francisco Giants. It is now, I think, the fifth year of his career at the top of my head. Actually, third full season coming up for him coming up. And whenever you think about it, it didn't work out with San Francisco. It worked out with Pittsburgh. Can he continue this? He has projected 1.1 WAR, a 702 OPS. I think this will actually be higher. But the thing with Joey Bart is, can he continue to do what he is doing in spring training? Because he's tearing it up. I'm not going to look at DJ Stewart because he is not going to be in the everyday lineup. Nick Gonzalez, question with him, can he replicate what he did last year? Can the strikeout percentage for him keep getting lower and lower and lower? Because I think he's improving in that aspect. 2.2 WAR, I like that out of Nick Gonzalez. Ke'Bryan Hayes, question mark is, can he just stay healthy? His back's an issue. He's still having issues currently. It's something he's going to deal with for the rest of his career. I interviewed Pirates beat writer Andrew Desson of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette on my channel. You can find that video down the list of the videos. It's actually in the middle of this series, too. It was actually a couple weeks ago. And we talked about Ke'Bryan Hayes' back as part of it, and it's just something he's going to be dealing with the rest of his career. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, they, of course, traded for last year, and it was iffy. It wasn't that good. Projected the lowest OPS on the team, 663. I do not see him as the everyday shortstop option, but they will go that route. Endy Rodriguez, Jared Trello, Adam Frazier, who they brought in, and Jack Suwinski is the bench. Man, Jack Suwinski is another question mark. This guy hit like 26 home runs 2 years ago, and last season he just fell off a cliff. It was not a good year for Jack Suwinski. He is projected at like a 30% strikeout rate, but he's projected a 739 OPS. I saw his Fangraphs projections earlier, had him in the 20 home run range again. I would love that. I would love that out of Jack Suwinski. I just have a hard time believing that until I see it, because he was abysmal, you could say, last year. Endy Rodriguez, I'm high on. Henry Davis is also a big question mark. Can he play like a number one overall pick? I'm being harsh about the Pirates just because I love the Pirates. I really do. I want to see them succeed. So, and I said this, I actually had to re-record this video just because for some reason my audio didn't pick up on the first one. So if I sound annoyed, that's why. But the thing with Henry Davis and Endy Rodriguez, you lose a year of development on him because he had Tommy John last year. He comes back and he's projected the backup catcher role. And I think him or Jared Triolo, these guys could share the first base role because I do not want DJ Stewart touching the opening day roster. I just have a feeling it will be happening just because he is a veteran, you could say. But Henry Davis is the big question mark. Everyone wants to see the number 1 overall pick for the Pirates. At least Pirates fans do want to see him succeed, and it just hasn't worked out. Pitching-wise, this is where all the positives are for the Pirates. Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, Jared Jones, Andrew Heaney, Bailey Falter, and then going to the bullpen, David Bednar, Dennis Santana, Colin Holderman, Carmen Mlodzinski, Caleb Ferguson, who they brought in, Justin Lawrence, who was a very underrated waiver wire pickup. I know he struggled with the Rockies last year, but please look up his reference page. Go to his home or road splits. He is so much better on the road than in Colorado like last year. So get him out of Coors Field. Hopefully it works. Tim Meza, I really like this addition as well, and Joey Wentz. The starting rotation is the strong point of this team. It was funny, last year, the starting rotation, not a lot of people were excited about. It became the best aspect of this team. Paul Skeens is amazing. He is going to be a Cy Young candidate. 3.01 ERA projection, 4.8 WAR. I wouldn't be surprised if that is higher. 11 strikeouts per 9. If there's one thing Paul Skeens maybe can improve on, it might just be command and issuing like less walks, getting out of at-bats faster. Like, that's just the only thing, like, watching Paul Skeens maybe he can improve on, because there's not really a lot he needs to improve on, and that's crazy to say, is he only has 1 year of service time. That's crazy. A guy doesn't really have much to work on, but he does have a little bit of things to work on, but I think he'll be fine. Mitch Keller, Jared Jones, awesome. I like them. Both projected at 2.4 WAR. I really am high on Jared Jones, too. They have him projected to have a better year than Mitch Keller, by the way. Andrew Heaney, I like that veteran pickup, and Bailey Falter. So the rotation has no problems, in my opinion. Maybe Bailey Falter, but honestly, like, he was pretty decent last year for the Pirates. Did a very decent job. And then the bullpen, question marks there too. Can David Bednar bounce back? Former 2-time All-Star. I think he can. They have him projected almost a 1 WAR. They have him projected also have a better year. Dennis Santana was a very solid waiver wire pickup. Can he continue what he did after his first 3 Pirates appearances? Because he was like their best reliever down the stretch. Colin Holderman, question mark with him. Can he improve on what was a very bad second half of the season? Because in the first half of the season, I argued with many fans saying this guy could be an all-star. And a lot of people agreed. Carmen Mlodzinski, there's not really much questions about him. I think he's already solid. He's a solid young piece. He's a guy that wants to be in the rotation, but I think he just has bullpen arm written all over him. I think he can be decent in the pen. Caleb Ferguson, Tim Meza, I like those additions. Already went through Justin Lawrence. Joey Wentz, will be surprised if he's in there. I think he will, just as another lefty option. Spencer Horwitz, I already brought up. He's on the IL or going to be on the IL. I think he'll be back by the 3rd week of the season. But thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you all for helping us reach 300 before opening day. Means a lot. Maybe we'll get 400 someday soon. But thank you all for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.